The bottom two boxes share one quality, and that quality is immaturity. I define maturity as just the ability to see things from someone else's perspective, not just your own. But people who live in those bottom two boxes, they just see things primarily from their perspective. It's all about them. It's I need more of your time. People don't notice me. And they stir up drama, and there's problems where these people are. Many times these people never get the difference between their intention and the impact they're having on others around them. Because often, even people in those bottom boxes, their intention actually is they want to do good, but they don't understand that the behavior that they have hurts other people and hurts the organization. People who fall in that productive but difficult box are going to be your most challenging people, and they're going to be the most difficult people that you're going to have conversations with. They're the least likely to show a lot of self-awareness. So they're going to have the blind spots from the Johari window. Often they're going to suffer from the Dunning-Keating effect, where they don't really judge their own competence very well, and they don't judge areas where they really fall short. They don't see it. They're blind to that. And so that's going to be a challenge for you. Dealing with a productive but difficult takes thought and preparation, because they do get stuff done. They hurt you, but they get stuff done. And so it's a tricky situation. You're going to have to think this one through, and I'm going to help you do that. So should you be engaging in a reality conversation with this person, or should you just be firing them? Should you just be letting them go? Here's a question I like to ask because it cuts through so much clutter. Just ask this. If you could do it all over again, would you rehire? How about this? Would you enthusiastically rehire? If the answer is absolutely not, then probably you have someone in the release box. And people in the release box should be fired, not coached. Now, if you have a firing coming up and you have not taken our course yet on how to fire, you need to go there because it is a skill too. But this one's a sad story, not a hard story. You know what has to be done here. But you say, how can I possibly fire my productive but difficult? They get so much done. Plus, you might actually be afraid to lose them because maybe they have tribal knowledge that they've stored up that they hoard and they don't want to share because they view it as job insurance. And you think, man, if I lose them, I would love to lose them in a way, but if I lose them, I'm just afraid for how that can look. But if they can't, won't, or don't change, they must go. Hear me on that. They've got to change or they've got to move on. They'll undermine all the positive things that you're trying to do in your culture. Plus, they'll drive away your best people. They'll make it really hard to recruit new great people because nobody wants to work with people like that, and word gets around. And they're going to mentor people around them to act just like they do. As leader, it's your job to address the reality gap. When reality and perception of reality differ, you have a reality gap. Let me explain the diagram at the bottom. The bottom line is the reality line. So this is what's really going on in this person's life. And let's say they're productive but difficult. And the reality is, if you can't change your attitude, you're toxic to people around you, you're not going to be able to work here anymore. That's reality. But their perception of reality is, I'm amazing. In fact, this place couldn't survive without me for a single day because I'm invaluable here, right? That's due to Dunning-Keating. They are unable to judge their own areas of incompetence. And it's due to the blind spots in the Johari window. They just don't see it in themselves. So time goes on, you don't address it, you don't have any difficult conversations with them, and that perception of reality and reality get farther and farther apart, and the reality gap grows. An unaddressed reality gap always ends badly. So if you let that go on for months and years and finally you address it, wow, that person usually is going to quit angry or they're going to be fired, but it's going to be an ugly situation to deal with. And people leave feeling bitter, angry, and hurt because they think, well, if you felt this way, why didn't you say so from the beginning? You mean, have you been lying to me all this time? And you know what? That's fair. They deserve to have feedback on how they're doing. That's your job as leader. Fixing this situation means having a crucial conversation. Take it from me, these situations do not get better on their own. If you think, well, I'll just leave it alone and maybe that person will catch on and maybe things will change in their personal life and it'll just get better, it won't. 99 times out of 100, that situation will degrade and it will get worse over time, not better.